If you don't know what InZoi is, you probably enjoy living under a rock, but an aesthetic rock, because this is a beautiful life sim game developed by a Korean studio. When InZoi came on the scene late last year, it had life sim players in a tizzy. The graphics, character creation tools, you can get hit by a car and die. The graphics,
you are really dumb.
Beautiful gowns, and better yet, we wouldn't have to wait long for this game because they said it was coming in 2024. But since the announcement in November of last year, months have gone by and we've heard crickets. I can't help but shake this feeling that something about InZoi doesn't feel right.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
It's extremely bizarre that we know so little about this game when it's supposed to come out in early access this year. And if I'm being honest, it sort of seems like the developers are being intentionally vague about what kind of game this is and what we can expect from it.
Are you the bitch?
Don't know.
The thing is, when people have asked very basic questions like, is this game an MMO? Or will there be microtransactions? The team over at InZoi have just replied with something along the lines of, we can't say yet. I'm sorry, but how the hell do you not know if your game is an MMO?
That's weird.
Isn't that very basic? Is that not something you decide at the beginning of a game's development? And in stark contrast to InZoi, Life by You, for example, announced well over a year ago that it's gonna be a single-player offline game. If you look at Krafton, the company behind this game's development, almost every game they've released has been an MMO riddled with microtransactions. So I think it's absolutely fair when I see people expressing some concern about this. So why does the InZoi team feel the need to be so vague? Don't know.
Don't know what she's saying.
I mean, is it possible that they actually don't know what direction they're taking with this game? And if that's the case, isn't that also a huge red flag? It's hard to say, but I want to share my own experience with the team over at InZoi and what happened to me when I dared to ask a simple question.
There's something wrong.
A few months ago, I was invited by InZoi's community manager to be part of an official private Discord group for, quote, influencers. And even though the only thing I'm guilty of influencing is my fat ass to eat way too much ice cream every night, I joined. Here's the email if you need receipts. And for weeks, I honestly forgot that this Discord thing even existed, but then I started seeing all these questions people were asking on Reddit and Twitter and YouTube. A lot of people had questions about InZoi and they wanted answers. And as Malcolm Al-Gaib, the white savior of the life sim genre, I thought, hey, maybe I can get answers to these questions. So the first and only time I ever wrote in that private Discord was to ask this. Hey babes, can the gays get married in this game? And honestly, it was a good question because there was no proof whatsoever that gay marriage had even been coded into this game.
I'm homosexual. What's that?
Out of all the footage and playtests, and best believe I combed through hours of footage, there was not a single instance of gay marriage. It just appeared that the option was not there at all.
Something about that didn't sit right with me.
Gay relationships, yes, but not a single instance of gay marriage, which by the way is not legal in Korea where this game is developed. So even though I'm only, I would say on a good day, maybe 20% gay,
You're bi.
I'm also a good little millennial who loves to take up social causes as if my life depends on it.
Okay.
That's sarcasm, but. So anyway, I took up this cause and I put that question out into the InZoi verse and crickets. The days flew by and not a single response to my question. I saw InZoi staff answering other people's questions while somehow just ignoring mine altogether. Let me tell you, my fragile white male ego couldn't take the pressure of it.
Like, I can't take the pressure of it.
But to my surprise, a week later, I did receive an answer. They kicked me out. Yeah. They kicked me out. My God. I mean, that's fine, but you guys invited me, so the fuck? Someone over there said, shut that bitch up. And props to you, because it was a humbling experience.
I can't.
Actually, though, I will say, because of my question, they did eventually give an answer to this. And they said in a roundabout way that there will be the equivalent of same-sex marriage in the game. So I guess this white savior story does have a happy ending, and you're welcome.
Listen, I gave.
What I do know is that in the end, I have just one thing to say to you, InZoi.
Thank you, I'm disengaging. I am not engaged.
Look, I really want to give this game the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sure the team has worked so hard on it. I'm not trying to minimize the work they've done or any of that, but I believe they've underestimated the importance of transparency and just how passionate this player base can be. So let's hope that moving forward, they'll be a bit more honest about this game, and maybe don't try to censor people just because they ask questions you're uncomfortable with. And to the InZoi stands, who I'm sure will be down there in the comments typing angrily. Let me tell you, almost K-pop level stands crazy.
Piece of garbage whore.
Just make sure you stay updated on all your vaccines, and maybe go back from the cabinet you came out of. Which this is all actually so stupid and hilarious, but anyway, let me know what life simulation games you're most excited for. I feel like most of the attention is going to be on Life by You since it is the first one to come out, at least in early access this June. Cannot wait. But as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.